back to my channel. I asked on Facebook and a lot of you wanted to see a 15-minute makeup tutorial, so that's what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm going to try to do everything drugstore. I have like 1 or 2 products that you would have to get at Sephora, but basically everything is affordable, so yay for that. I want to see how I get ready on a normal day-to-day basis, which is probably about 10-15 minutes. Then you're in the right place. Just keep watching. And don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can see videos that are coming up. So let's jump right in. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to go in with just some foundation. I'm going to use the Neutrogenia Hydroboost Hydrating Tint. I really love this foundation. It's super lightweight. I'm just going to put this on my face. I'm going to do half my face at a time. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I absolutely love this brush for foundation. I'm going to blend that in. So usually I spend literally like 10-15 minutes on my makeup. Unless we're going somewhere and doing something big, like a date night or something like that, then I'll spend more time. But this is more like my go-to, like everyday sort of makeup routine. And I didn't use a primer because on most days I won't use a primer. So I'll just make sure to use a setting spray to set it. And then I'm always gonna take a tiny bit of the foundation and I'm gonna blend it down my neck, and that's just so there's no like obvious skin color difference. I think we've all been there where like everything looks great in your bathroom mirror and then you go outside and you know, see yourself in natural lighting and you're like, oh, okay, my neck is like 3 shades lighter than my face. Not a good look. So I'm just gonna blend some down my neck. For me, I think the most important part is like having a fresh face versus like a bunch of eye makeup or anything like that. So that's where I put most of my focus when I'm doing my makeup really quick, is on sort of my face. So, all right, so blend that down. An Age Remind Dark Circle Eraser in Neutralizer. It's my absolute favorite. I've been loving this lately. So if you don't have it, go out and get it because it's worth it. So I'm not gonna bring it down as far as I usually do. Just gonna kind of put it right into the eye and down a tiny bit, just because you don't want to have, you don't want to not put it in a triangle, because then it'll start to look kind of crazy. Middle of the forehead, bridge of the nose, tip of the chin, Cupid's bow, just again, everywhere that the light's gonna hit. On my face, I'm just sort of highlighting those spots and blending it in with a Real Techniques complexion sponge. I'm gonna put a tiny bit more just right there because I have 3 children and they don't allow me to sleep a whole lot, so. Gonna go in and set the concealer. Even on quick days, I always set my concealer because it's such an important step. It will crease, it will move, it will not last very long if you don't set it. So going in with the Mercier Loose Translucent Powder and just setting everything. That's not an affordable powder. I honestly haven't found a loose powder that I really like for setting concealer from like Target or Walmart or anything. I just haven't found an affordable option. So if you know of one, please let me know. Leave a comment and let me know what drugstore powder you like, because I just haven't found one that I think looks as smooth and as sort of airbrushed as that one does. Okay. So I set underneath my eyes. I don't have powder anywhere else on my face. And I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild contour stick. It's a cream contour, which when I first heard cream contour, I was like thinking of Kim Kardashian with like the lines all over her face. And I was just so intimidated by it. But it's actually really easy, and I think it looks more natural than powder sometimes. So what I'm going to do, this is in the color Oaks on You. I'm just going to do that same spot, sort of back in my hairline, that shadow, but I'm not going to use a lot of product at all, like tiniest bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, and then just a little bit on my forehead, temples, and then a little tiny bit on the jawline. And basically, you know what, you can even do tiny little lines down your nose, just so your nose isn't super bright and white compared to everything else. I'm going to use that same brush I used for foundation, and I'm just going to buff that in. I'm going to buff it in and up, blending up. And I feel like it gives you a really natural sort of bronzer look, whereas powder, I think it looks a little bit more heavy on the skin, and on days when I'm not, you know, doing a ton of makeup, I don't want to look super powdery or anything like that. I don't want to look that way anyway, but especially on days when I'm not wearing a ton of makeup and just doing like a quick and easy look. So just blend that in. And these Wet n Wild sticks, I think they're like $4. They're super affordable and they blend so easily. Like, I was convinced that cream contour was just like only for professionals, and I never even considered trying it until one of my friends was like, oh, I have this one and I really like it, so I got it. It's $4, and I actually love it. Like, honestly love it. I'm just gonna blend the little lines on my nose. So as you can see, it's just a really natural bronze look on my face. So yeah, that's all blended. Now I'm going to go in with just a little bit of blush. I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild's Pearlescent Pink. If you notice a theme here, it's that I love Wet n Wild. I feel like they've really stepped their game up. Like, when I was younger, they were kind of like, I don't know, they weren't good. But now, I love everything they do. All the stuff that they've put out, I've really liked. So this is really pigmented, and it's kind of this peachy color, but it's super pigmented. So I'm just gonna get the tiniest bit, tap it off, and then just apply the blush right apples of the cheeks and back. Tiniest bit. You really don't need much of this at all. Like, I assume this is gonna last me forever, because the littlest bit goes a long way. And then for highlight, I'm gonna go in with a cream highlight. This is high-end, it's not drugstore, but I do have a drugstore one too that I'm gonna use. This is the Becca Opal, so the one I used in my previous video for highlight. This is just the cream version of it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right there on my cheek, and then down the nose. And I'm gonna take my beauty blender and start blending that in. Usually you don't want to put cream products on top of powder, but I've found that it doesn't make too much of a difference with this cream highlight. It's still super creamy, and it doesn't like separate weird on top of powder or anything, so I'm okay with it. If you don't want to, you can always do this highlighter before your blush, and I mean, you'll pretty much have the same result. So I'm just blending that in. And then I am going to put a little bit of powder on top of that because I'm extra and I love highlights. So I'm going to take angled fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls Baked Highlighter. These are honestly just as good as high-end highlighters. I'm just going to put a little bit of that powder highlighter on top of where I put the cream. I forgot how much I like this highlighter. It's a good one. I think it was like $3, so. And then just a tiny bit. I'm just gonna take what's ever left over down. And now for brows, I'm gonna use the Anastasia tinted brow gel. This isn't drugstore, it is high-end. However, there are a bunch of different options at the drugstore for like a brow tint. And basically what it is it's like a little spoolie, and it's with a colored tint on it, and you just brush it through your brows. It's really easy, and it takes 2 seconds. So I'm gonna do that if I can find a mirror. Okay. Super quick and easy. And then all I'm gonna do is curl my lashes and add some mascara, and then we're done. So I think it's super important to curl your lashes. I used to do it a lot when I was younger, and then for some reason I really got away from it. And I didn't do it for years and years and years, and now I'm like, geez, it makes such a difference. So curl those lashes, girl. Curl them. I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is basically the exact same thing as the Too Faced Better Than Sex. But that's like, you know, $25. And this one's $8. So if you don't have this mascara, you need it in your life. It's fantastic. Look at that. So much better, right? Also, if you ever get mascara on your lid, don't do what I just did. Wait until it dries and then just use your nail and it'll scrape right off. And lately I've been doing bottom lashes as well, just because I think it sort of makes your eyes look a little bit more open and awake. I'm gonna just put a tiny bit of gloss on. This is from Ulta. I honestly think it was in like a gift pack or something. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of gloss. It's just sort of sparkly and glossy. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Illuminating Mist and Set Spray. I'm just gonna spray my face so that way everything stays locked in all day. And something that I've been doing, because I hate when a setting spray leaves like little like droplets on your face, I just take the sponge and just sort of pat it all in. I think it helps everything sort of melt together as well. So, and there we have it, 15-minute makeup tutorial. This is, like I said, what I do 9 times out of 10 is this is my sort of go-to look. So guys, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and keep giving me ideas of what you want to see next. So if anyone just has any really good ideas for videos, let me know and I will upload that. So thanks guys, thanks for watching.